we are on. Welcome back to Minecraft in the Universe. We are on. I think this should be episode 11. Welcome back. Today's topic is something that our society has been facing quite a bit. And it's not pillagers, but I am gonna kill these guys. Hold on. Alright, we are today talking about AI. Wow, that just filled up my inventory. Again. I was keeping those slots open for red sand. Um, AI is one of those topics that's kind of a bit of heated. Some people are very pro, some people are very against. Um, it all depends on perspective, for one. I know that's all pretty obvious. It's kind of like, whoa, you're telling me human opinions change based off of like who's talking? Oh my, revolutionary. Yeah. So, mm, sorry, it just feels like an eternal booger in my freaking what do you call that? In my nose. No. Uh, but yeah, AI is kind of like this really controversial topic because people don't really understand AI. AI has been so far used in a pretty decently malicious way, I'd say. I mean, have you seen some of the videos on the internet recently? Oh, that are AI generated? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But one of the biggest debates is whether or not AI art is stealing. And I think that's pretty obvious what it is. It's almost certainly stealing. I mean, it's taking information off of the internet. My goodness, Pinterest is going crazy taking pins off of my. Maybe that says more about me than the pins. Uh, but it's pretty clear that it uses. It's becoming nighttime. Now I can't go and get sand. I also want to fight off a million mobs just to get a little bit of sand. I'm thinking I should probably go at least one more floor up. I'm not sure where I want to make the staircase, though. Yeah. Bruh. Um. Oh, one of the things that I've noticed the most is that now, I mean, videos on the internet have always been super fake. Staged, even. Staged is another way of putting it. The internet is a very staged place. Full of fake people, fake trends, fake this, fake that. It's just kind of safe to assume if it's on the internet, it's probably fake. Someone's probably just trying to farm clout. You know, uh, it's just one of those things where we just kind of accepted it, you know. Um, kind of like the slop videos with the obvious overreactions, like the people who are just way too extra to the point where it looks fake. You know the type. You know what I'm talking about. You remember the old days of Ali, trying to act really uh energetic all the time. Super excited about those loot boxes back in like the Black Ops 3 days when absolutely nobody cared. Well, clearly some people cared because they watched those videos, but um, that's just one of those it is what it is sort of moments. Um, but AI slop has just ruined everything because we haven't. I mean, some people have. I've kind of gotten to the point where I've just kind of accepted the internet is full of AI slop now, and that whatever I'm watching could very well be AI. But sometimes it's so obvious when AI is being used that you cringe. What was it? I watched an ad the other day, and it 100% used AI because one of the words on an object was horribly misspelled. It was supposed to be time, but it looked like tomb, like Tume, instead of, Time. Like literal AI slop as an advertisement for products, like actual products. This wasn't some random like scam thing. I mean, it probably was, but from what I could tell, it wasn't. Okay, we're gonna. I just don't want to deal with water right now. Um, and I just was flabbergasted. I couldn't grasp what I was looking at. It's just so insane. I mean, Coca-Cola, one of the richest freaking companies in this entire country, this entire world, made an AI slop ad. It's just crazy. Like, hello? Are we for real as a society? Call of Duty was caught in AI scams? It's just ridiculous. You know, since I've been missing some double uploads, I think I'm gonna do a double upload today, by the way. Because maybe even more. Because I feel like I just haven't uploaded at all recently, and I need to do a lot of. I have some footage for stuff. Wow, that really sunk all the way to the bottom. That is a whole cave. That is pretty crazy looking. Uh, but yes, AI. It's just kind of crazy. And then the craziest part for me is that they're trying to like replace jobs with it already. And like, have you looked at AI? Like, this is not it, Chief. That and you're not supposed to like. Don't get me wrong, technology has, historically speaking, almost always in some way replaced human labor. It has always made it so that less of it is required. When we started doing like ox plows, that reduced the amount of human labor needed, right? In farming. We've always been trying to figure out ways like this to reduce the amount of human labor. The problem is we've gotten to the point where things that require human labor aren't growing as fast as technology is replacing our labor. Which is a problem because it's leaving people jobless. And let me tell you, Some of the most dangerous people on the entire planet are people without jobs. Perfect. 64 just got there. Yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. And what do I mean by that? Pretty simply, there's a quote that what I think it's something along the lines of, because I think it's an FDR quote. I could always pull it up actually, but it's basically he says that people out of a job and with empty bellies are the stuff of which dictatorships are made of. And I tend to agree. Every major dictatorship in history has always been made because of times of great societal and economic weakness. We see authoritarians rise in these time periods because they offer to be a stabilizing force, to bring things back into order. They fashion themselves as restorers. You know, and not to get too political, because as you may have heard me on the first, and I would recommend if you ever want to understand my beliefs and my views to watch the first set of videos I ever made on Minecraft and Universe. I have a playlist on my channel for it, so you can just quickly binge them. Basically, my first sets of videos um, were about my core beliefs before I start making proper videos. Like, I have one about my religious beliefs, I have two about my political beliefs, and those kind of just help those episodes help give you an idea of where I'm coming from when I talk, to give you, the audience, some level of understanding of who I am as a person and how I think. Now, these dictators will often come in and say that they're going to make the country great again. Yep, we all know who that sounds like. And that's not me accusing of our president of being a dictator, but usually uh, great executive power is used by these people. Mm. And our president is no exception. He's used a lot of executive power. Now, you probably already can guess if you've watched my political videos that I am a conservative. And that might lead you to believe that I'm just a, what do you call it, like a blind MAGA, whatever. I do not care for these labels, personally. I just believe in conservative values. There's really not much else to it. Like, I don't sit around and stew around about how much I dislike minorities or something crazy like that. Like, that's not my beliefs. My beliefs are pretty simple. Uh, and humanitarian. Uh, but what I'm really trying to get across here is that we as a society have put ourselves into a really dangerous spot here with AI because it threatens to disrupt our social order. And that's a problem, as you can imagine. Since we already have such a fragile social order to begin with, uh, so you can imagine how bad it's gonna get. I mean, it's already bad. I mean, people have died out in the streets and are for causes that they don't even understand. And AI just adds confusion to the world. AI can bait people into thinking things that aren't true. One of the things people immediately kind of ring alarm bells about AI was, hey, this can literally generate fake content. Like, it can m make people say things like, use real people's likeness to say things that are just absolutely absurd. Like someone could take a picture of me, take some audio of my voice, and then make me say the most foul, vile sentence known to man. And it'll look and sound like I'm actually saying it. Which is it's just incredible. It's incredible. It's an incredible piece of technology, but it's also horrifying. In in the worst case a scenario, it could be society ending, you know? And I know that's pretty dramatic, but I'm being dead serious. Our society is already fractured as is. I don't think we need to add AI into this equation, uh, so to speak. Oh, well, I guess I am gonna need one of those. Looks like it's the opposite. Nice. I think it's about time I finally get these sheep put into something here. Something of a pen and make it big so that I can breed a bunch of them. I want a nice, large pen. Oop. Yeah, I've been pretty inspired recently. Let me just go on a side tangent here. Alright. Do do me this kindness and let me go on a side tangent, please. But I have been on a bit of a so you know me, I'm a variety channel, right? This is a variety channel. That's why you get things like wow, thanks. Wow. What a guy. What a guy. What an absolute lad. He just walked in there of his own volition. Alright, let's grab his friends. Oh, nice. We got a breeding pair right here. Alright, grab them both. Oh, I walked too far away because they're slow. But yes, AI, it kind of creates this line. People don't know what's real anymore. It's a mixture of being some of the most advanced technology while also being some of the stupidest technology I've ever seen in my life. Currently, all it's really being used for is really crappy call center tech. They tried replacing drive-through people at fast food places. Some of the most critically underpaid people in all of America getting replaced is not a good sign. Like, that is a bad, bad sign. If fast food employees are being replaced, what's stopping you from being replaced? You know what I mean? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're cooked, chat. Like, before you know it, they're gonna replace teachers because now you can just ask AI questions. You know what I mean? It's insane. You can't replace people. Like, like people's interactions is what I'm thinking is pretty crazy. And one of the things I think that's even the craziest, if you've ever used like chatbot, like stuff like character.ai, let me tell you, that stuff is kind of addicting. And it's because we are social creatures. Yeah, some of us are more antisocial, like myself. I do not typically go to social events, say, and I usually don't enjoy myself when I go to them. That's a quirk of me being who I am. But these AI can tickle my fancy, and they have. I've been able to be sociable only with AI. And honestly, it also kind of what do you call that? The storytelling sort of what do you call that? Sort of itch gets itched, you know? Like I love a good story. And when I get to be a part of it, ooh, you know what I mean? And it makes AI very fascinating. And one of the things that's kind of a little bit scarier is after being in, say, the dating world, I realized that, oh no, real people suck, right? We know this. Real people suck. Let's be real. Let's be real. Real people are crude, they're vain, they're mean. There's there's a bunch of reasons why not to be a big fan of real people. And all that does is create an excuse to have AI girlfriends and AI boyfriends. Instead of embettering ourselves as genders and as societies, we just retreat into our newest version of reality, of false reality. And I'm guilty of it too. It's really tempting. You know, it's really nice to be able to pop on to an AI model, click on a character that's like chronically in love with you, and just chat with them. You don't have to put in as much effort as with a real person because it is programmed to love you. And that's the difference. People are not programmed to love in the same way. A lot of people don't realize how much us people need connection. I know I need connection. It's just really hard to get it, right? For me. For me, I struggle with getting connection. Uh, but you know, that's a struggle I'm aware of, and it's something I can work on. The problem with AI is that it offers an easy fix. And the easy fix is so very tempting. It is the temptation among above temptations to easily fix your problems in one fell swoop. That sort of temptation is crazy. It's a crazy sort of temptation. You know, you really just want to fix your problems. And sometimes you take the easy way out. That's just how it is. It's not really our fault as a society necessarily, in the sense of, I wouldn't say it's any individual's fault. It's more of like, you know, if you've listened to my other videos, you'll know where this is coming from. It's more like powerful people in powerful positions deciding they want all of us goys, you know what I mean? To all of us little underlings, us subhumans, the commoners, the whatever you subscribe to as to what you think our overlords are. We all obviously serve some greater purpose to an elite somewhere, because just take a look at the news, man. Just take one look at the news. It's crazy out there. And AI is just another symptom of the sickness that is our world, that is our society. and we're just completely infected. Um, and we're addicted to the infection. It gives us comfort, safety. It makes us feel good about ourselves. You know, and that's kind of one of the problems, is that often what's killing us makes us feel like we're alive. Drinking, smoking, all of these different things. They make you feel alive, but they leave you dead. AI is the same. It will take over, take jobs, ruin relationships, replace relationships, commit plagiaristic acts. And if we decide to start putting it in more powerful systems, we could have a straight up situation like a Terminator situation, you know what I mean? Some Skynet stuff, which would be pretty bad. That would be pretty bad. I don't think anyone really wants an AI revolution. I think that would be pretty bad for society if AI rose up. All right, that's a lot of paper. Just got. Mm. Oh wow, that child grew up extremely fast. What the heck? All right, let the inbreeding begin as we multiply exponentially. All right. Um, right. On my side tangent earlier, I mentioned being a variety. Yes, my side tangents always go nowhere. It's great, isn't it? But I felt inspired. I want to mention specifically the YouTuber I'm inspired by, Rat Knight. He plays RimWorld, and I love RimWorld. I think RimWorld's got to be one of the most interesting games I've ever played. That and Project Zomboid, but I have not had the time to play Zomboid with my friend, Dozen Tech. I'd love to play Zomboid with Dozen Tech. Oh my gosh. I'd love to do it with Awesome Sauce too, but I don't think he has Zomboid. You see, my good friend, Mr. Sauce, he's very conservative with his money. You feel? I mean, more power to him. I tend to be a bit more of a spender, a cautious spender, but still a spender. And spending money is not forever. It's barely for me. Yeah, I get it. But I want to play more games on this channel. The problem is editing. This series, very low editing. All I have to do is record and then publish. This series does little editing. The only time I've had to edit is I'd had to, last episode actually, I had to edit out some swears. Um, you know, when I get really passionate about a subject, I kind of get loose and I'll just say things. And that's kind of the point. I know I've self-censored and made it so you can't hear the swears, but this is supposed to be mostly unedited and raw, for that genuine feel. Because I don't want to fall into like the same sort of stereotypes of, oh, he's just following trends or whatever, as other YouTubers often get. I create content that I would enjoy, or at least the sort of content that I would have playing in the background while I'm playing another game. Because that's the sort of content that I enjoy, and it's the sort of content that inspires me. Because I like the 30-minute stuff. I like long videos. I also like short videos, but I like long videos because the whole point of being entertained is I'm looking for long entertainment, not short entertainment. I don't want to be entertained for like 5 minutes. I want to be entertained for half an hour, right? No, they're not ready yet. Um, and my thing is, I'm not sure how to, what do you call that? Turn a certain amount of time into a shorter amount of time without removing too much. Um, so RimWorld would be a lot of fun. I did mention recently I want to put out a new poll since now we have a lot more subscribers, um, more viewers, to see where everyone's at with their enjoyment of certain content on the channel. I do plan on making more Hearts of Iron 4 videos, and I might even make Victoria 3 videos here soon. Just in general, make more Paradox interactive videos. I have Stellaris, I think. No, I uninstalled Stellaris, but I can reinstall it. I want to play Helldivers with my good friend Operator Mustard. Because they have that new thing to invade Cyberstan, which has honestly been a desire of mine since I first started playing, was to invade that planet because I knew about its lore and I'm like, I want to invade this place. This sounds based. Invading the robots at their home sounds awesome. And it looks awesome. I'm trying not to spoil too much of it for myself so that I can get the authentic. How did that bust that up? Bruh. Not the bug rock influence on Java. Mm. Okay. Way too many seeds. I can see I'm overflowing on time here. Kind of talking too much, but this was a little bit of an off-topic episode. That happens. Uh, I like to go off topic. I don't know why. It's probably my attention deficit disorder. This Wednesday, guys. This Wednesday, I'm telling you, I'm going to the doctor. Alright, it's finally happening. And I'm gonna get back on my ADD pills. If you don't know what ADD is, it's ADHD, just remove the H. Attention deficit disorder. Instead of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, it's just attention deficit. And they often look the same, but they're treated differently. Like, I don't think Adderall would work on me at all. Well, Adderall will usually work on someone with ADHD. But that will allow me to be a lot more focused, a lot more articulate, and it'll probably also help me pump out more videos and get to work faster. I know it's going to help me academically. That's kind of the whole point. I'm, in college. I don't have any classes today, but it is a Monday. We're going to get these guys bread one more time because I think they're ready now. bop, 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 bop. Uh, but that's all for this time. I will see you on the next episode. This has been Leech.